Hello, beautiful people and Linux fans. I hope I found you well wherever you are. Today we are going to take a look at yet another gaming distro. This one is special, so let's get to it. And of course, I am talking about GLF OS 25.05. This one stands for Gaming Linux from France, I believe. What's so special about this? Well, this is based on NIX OS. And as you can see, there is not that many distros based on NIX OS, especially a gaming one. Okay, so let's take a really quick look through the website. I will make sure I leave the website in the description of this video if you are interested and you want to check it out for yourself. But anyway, this is Linux gaming made easy. Okay, so what are the main features and why choose the GLF? It's a robust based on NIX OS. This is always a good sign, especially for some fanboys of NIX OS. I know there is a lot of people looking at this distro. Software is isolated from the system, ensuring security and stability even after multiple modifications. It's a game-oriented, of course, includes everything you need to play on Linux, Steam, Utris, Heroic Games Launcher, pre-installed and configured Mango Hut, but we will talk about this a little bit later. It's accessible, a simple, clear interface based on GNOME or KDE Vanilla. As you can see, I have customized it a little bit myself. And this is what is my favorite part actually. GLF OS updates automatically when your computer starts up within the first 5 minutes, which also includes system maintenance and clearing, no manual intervention. This is pretty good because if you know NIX OS, it's a little bit different than every other distro that you may have used, and I love this part. So I want to show you the installation process because, well, this for me was pain in the ass, if I may say that. Honestly, this was not my first time trying to install this distro, and I had so much trouble. I will show you in a second. As you can see, everything is on French, which is to be expected. Of course, this is in the name of the distro, Gaming Linux from France. But I think if they want to introduce themselves as a easy and ready for gaming distro, I know many people will want to try it, and many of us don't speak French. I am thinking maybe they can do something similar to what, let's say, Tuxedo OS are doing. Pick the language before the system starts because, well, my French it's close to zero and you will see what happens. As you can see, I cannot continue even if I change the language from French to American English. There is no Wi-Fi connection, and of course the keyboard is always on French, which makes it a lot difficult for me to enter the password for my Wi-Fi. Good thing is, of course, I know pretty well by now my way through the GNOME settings. I found the keyboard settings. Of course, I had a little bit of trouble finding the English US, but anyway, we got through this. And now, after we change everything here, we can, of course, enter the correct password. All right, now we are business. Other than that, it's mostly pretty similar installer. You have seen this before, nothing special. Okay, so here you choose the desktop environment of your choice. For now, there is only GNOME and KDE. And now this is the interesting part. You have the option to choose what you want to do. The mini, of course, this is a minimal installation of the GLF. You have to install everything else on your own. This is, of course, if you have some other plans for this distro. Okay, so the Studio and Studio Pro, this is the full package with everything needed installed out of the box. This is the recommended versions for content creation and the gamers, of course. But don't worry about it, you can change these selections a little bit later. I will show you how you can do that. And pretty much that's it, that's the install. There is this famous 46% where the installer seems to stop, but the guys have a pretty nice slideshow to explain what's happening at this 46%, so don't worry about it. The downside here is, well, takes quite a lot of time to install. Okay, so once you are able to install this distro, the first thing you see, of course, it's a welcome screen. And this welcome screen is, of course, really nice. I really like it, but it's only informational. What I mean by that is, for example, if you have ever used another distro, especially gaming distro, let's say Bazite or Pika OS or Nobara, you have some extra options to do or to install extra packages from the welcome screen. Here this is not the case. This is, like I said, only for your information. Like we said, the updates are done automatically. This is the command which I kinda want to try and use now. Let's see. glf-update. Of course, we need a password for this. Okay, cool. Updates and clean up your system. Like I said, this is a NIX OS, and updating and clean up the system, it's, well, it's not a traditional way to do it. They explain another tool that they are giving you. This is the disk manager. Welcome to NIX Disk Manager. This tool is here to only help you mount your disk for the moment. More features will be available in the future. That's nice. I really like it. I have already used that, but this is a really nice tool. If you are like me, using this distro for testing or for gaming, especially in my case, as you may have known, I have my Steam library on a separate external hard drive. And before I start the Steam and start playing, I need to mount this drive, which this tool makes it a lot easier for you to do automatically with the startup of the system. If you click to manage, select of course the disk that you want to use. For me, I will give you an example with the SSD that I have. I have already done that. Select the path, the mount point path, click apply, and that's it. That's all you have to do. After that, you have to save the configuration, which I am not going to do that because, well, I have already done that. It's a really nice tool. I know you can always do it manually, but it's always easy to have a graphical way for doing that. Yes, I want to exit. Another thing is the software center. This is a Flatpak based software center. And honestly, this is the first time I see this easy Flatpak, is it called? It's kinda easy to use. You have everything that you may want to try and use. For example, on the gaming sector, you have all the available games here. Of course, audio and video. You have the most popular applications. Most of you maybe will start from here, and we will continue with the first look at this distro. Another really good thing that I would like to show you is the GLF OS Mango HUD configuration, especially for gaming distro like it's represent itself. You have a pre-configured Mango HUD. You have the options of disabled, white or full. Just select one of them, try it, see what you like. I am using the standard right now. I think it's the white one. Just click apply. The downside is everything you do to change or install or make any other configuration to the system, well, this is how NIX OS is working. It's rebuilding the whole system, so it might take a little longer for this to happen. But anyway, another really good thing that I would like to show you is the GLF OS environment selection. Like I said, during the install process, you have option to change the selection that you have done. For example, I chose the GNOME desktop, but I have the choice here to change it to Plasma. And of course, I can change the version that I like to use. Currently, I am using the Studio, but I can use the Standard, the Mini, or Studio DaVinci Resolve Pro. This is a really nice thing. Again, make your selections, click apply, and it's going to start another rebuilding of your system, which might take a few minutes at least. Then after you restart your computer, you can enjoy the new configuration that you have selected. And of course, don't forget guys, I'm not a NIX OS guru, I am just a curious Linux guy. Another thing that I like to mention for this distro is, of course, the gaming part. As you may know, this is my library. All the games runs pretty awesome, but I have problems with the games that I have added through a non-Steam game. Usually on every other distro I have no problem to add the game and run it. For example, here I have done the exactly same thing that I usually do, but when I hit play the game it's not starting. As you can see, I did not have enough time to investigate what is happening, but this is not the major issue maybe for most of you. You can, of course, well, I have installed all of these games through Utris, which is already installed here. You can do it the old-fashioned way and start the game from the Utris. Just for me, I feel more comfortable that I'm using only one platform for all of my games. This is why I add all the games that I have installed on Steam and run them through Steam. Now this is not going to be a Linux gaming distro if we have not. Now this is not going to be a Linux gaming distro and first look if we have not start a game. And for this I have a new favorite. This is where winds meet. Fortunately this game is awesome and it's running flawlessly on Linux. The only thing that I have done is added the Mango HUD in the launch options. In the Proton I have selected the Proton Experimental and works like a charm. Let's see. As you can see, there is no problems at all. And let me tell you again, this game it's awesome so far. I did not have enough time to test it for more than hour and a little bit. But as you can see, it runs pretty good on Linux and especially on GLF OS. The graphics are awesome, it feels amazing, the combat is pretty good. That's why it's so popular at the moment. I believe I heard it's, well, about 2 million players playing this game, which is awesome. And thank you for the developers that are letting this game be playable on Linux. I know many developers don't do this very often. But anyway, this is all I wanted to show you. This distro for me it's interesting. There is a lot of potential, but as you can see there is a small, well, problems. This may be only my problems with my system, I don't know. Let me know in the comment section what do you think about this. Have you tried it yourself? Did you ever encounter all of the issues that I had? How did you fix them? Do you have any recommendations? And with that, I want to tell you guys, have a good one and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.